Hi everyone and welcome to this video. I hope you have been enjoying all the videos in our Best of CET series. So today we have abstract reasoning, pair relationship is what we are going to discuss. So I have 5 questions. For every question about a minute max should be sufficient. I'll show you the questions and you can pause the video, try to solve the questions for about 5 minutes and then come back and watch the solutions. Let's get started.
If you like our content and want to experience the IMS pedagogy, you can join the IMS Zero Fee Prep programs that will give you access to concept videos, sectionals, full-length tests and more for free. You may click on the I button or on the link in the description box below to access the same. Happy learning!
Now when it comes to pair relationship, you are given a pair of figures. So you will be given a pair of figures like this and then you have 5 options. So in pair relationship, sometimes you are asked similar pair or dissimilar pair. The questions that we are going to discuss today are of similar pair. So what you need to figure out is what is the relationship between 1 and 2 and how does that translate into the options that are given, right? So out of the options, the one which has similar relationship is what you need to figure out or mark as that your answer. So these are the first 2 questions that you have. You can pause the video, note this down or try to solve the question in about 2 minutes and then I'll show you the next 3 questions. So these are the next 3 questions. Again, they have the same instructions. You need to figure out what is the relationship between the 2 parts of the unnumbered pair and then figure out the option that matches the same logic. So let's look at the first question. I hope you were able to answer this. This was fairly straightforward one. So here you have a pentagon outside. So if you look at the pair that is given to you, wherein you have to find the logic, you have the pentagon outside and that becomes hexagon. So this is 5-sided figure which is becoming a 6-sided figure. So there is a +1 that is going on. Whereas if you look at the object inside, you have a rectangle which is becoming a triangle. So that is a -1, right? So 4-sided figure becoming 3-sided figure. Now I need to figure out where this logic is consistent. So let me first start with the outer one. So I need to have a +1 logic. Now triangle becoming a rectangle, so this is fine. Rectangle becoming pentagon, that's also fine. Triangle becoming pentagon, so this is not my answer. Pentagon to hexagon and rectangle to a pentagon. So all of this is fine. The inside one is -1, right? So rectangle remaining rectangle, this is not my answer. Triangle becoming rectangle, so it's actually +1, again wrong. Then you have a pentagon becoming triangle, so that is -2, this is also wrong. By default, then this will become your answer. Anyway, the logic is the 4-sided figure is becoming 3-sided figure. So that's your answer for this question, answer option 5. Let's look at the second question. This was again fairly straightforward. I think even 30 seconds should have been sufficient to answer something like this. So concentrate on one particular element in the entire figure and see what is happening with that. So if I look at this arrow, for example, it goes to the 3rd position and reverses the direction. So if I try to find the same logic, right, I will see that here it is inconsistent. It's remaining the same direction, so that is something that I'm going to eliminate. For the rest of them, if you see again here it is remaining the same, so I'm going to eliminate this as well. Now if I look at the next one, the one which has like a plus sign at the end, again that is reversing the direction and going at the 4th place. So here if I see, okay, this is consistent, this should be fine. We look at 3rd option, again this is okay. We look at the 4th one, this is not consistent, right? They are remaining exactly the same. We are going to eliminate option 4 because of that. Let's look at the others now. So the 3rd one actually goes to the 1st place, right, and reverses the direction. So it is happening in the first one where you are having a reversal. In the 3rd one, it is not happening, right? It is remaining exactly the same. So I can eliminate this option, which means our answer for this question is going to be option 1. Let's look at the 3rd question now. I hope you were able to get this one. So here again, if you observe, again start with any element of your choice. If I look at this one, the semicircle that is given to you, this is nothing but mirror image, right? So the logic has to be consistent. Let me see what all options I can eliminate using this. The first one is okay, the second is also fine. The 3rd one I can eliminate because a dash is becoming sort of a Y structure, so it's not making any sense. The 4th one also can be eliminated. The 5th one is fine, you have mirror image of the triangle. So I have eliminated option 3 and option 4 now. Now let's talk about this arrow. So from a 12 o'clock position where the arrow is pointing, it is going to a 9 o'clock position. So this is like a 90 degrees anti-clockwise movement. So I'm going to find where is this happening. if I look at the first one, the plus sign actually goes at the end. So this is something that I can eliminate. The second one, the plus sign actually goes in the same place as at the top. So this is also something that we can eliminate. So the only one that is left is technically 5, but let's see if the logic is consistent. This one, if you look at, this is 90 degrees anti-clockwise rotation. And that is why, because I've already eliminated the rest of them, the answer is option 5. Let's look at the fourth question now. So here, this was a question wherein you had to just think a little out of the box as to what exactly is going on. So here, if you observe the two lines that you have, the horizontal lines, in the next figure, they actually become vertical. So think of it this way, that you pick the object at the top, rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, and then you simply overlap that with the object here, right? So let's see if that logic is consistent everywhere. Now here you have two arrows that are pointing in the same direction. There is no reason for them to go in opposite directions or different directions. So this is something that you can eliminate. Now if you look at the second one, this could have been a confusing option because the rotation is still there, but the rotation is not exactly 90 degrees. If it was 90 degrees, you would have had lines which are in this direction, and that is why I can eliminate option 2 as well. When I look at 3, again the rotation of this, if you rotate it by 90 degree, it is going to remain exactly the way it is, right? It is not going to look very different compared to what you are seeing here. And that is why I can eliminate option 3, because the lines are actually becoming perpendicular to each other. The fourth one, you take this shape which is given to you in this format. Now if I rotate this 90 degrees anti-clockwise, this is what I am going to get. And when I overlap it with the square that is given to you, this is how you are going to get your answer. And that is why answer option 4 is satisfying or matching the logic which is given to you in the unnumbered pair. I need not really check for the next one because I have already found my answer, which is option 4. Let's look at the solution of the last question. So here, if you look at what is happening in the unnumbered pair that is given to you, you have 2 circles and that becomes 3 circles in the next figure. So clearly there is addition of 1. You look at the plus sign that is given to you, instead of 2 now you have 3. So again there is addition of 1. The triangle actually becomes square. So instead of having 3 triangles, you actually have reduction in the number of objects. 3 is becoming 2 and it is also changing the shape that is there. So triangle is becoming square. Now let me see if I can find this logic in any of the options. So firstly, 2x's becoming 3x's. So this is looking good. 2 triangles becoming 3 triangles. So this is also looking fine. And we have been given 3 D's and that is becoming 2 plus signs, right? So this is perfectly in line with what is happening in the unnumbered pair. So mostly this is my answer. So now we have found that our answer is option 1, but let me also show you what is happening in other options and show you how to eliminate those. So here if you see option 2, 2 D's are remaining 2 D's. So this is clearly wrong. You should have had 3 D's there. If you look at the third option, 2 D's are remaining 2 D's. So again this is also wrong. The fourth one, 2 percentage signs or 2 X's, whatever it is, again that is remaining same in number. You can remove this as well. And the 5 triangles somehow are getting replaced with plus signs and that is getting vanished, and the reduction in number, it's not very consistent with what is happening in the unnumbered pair. So clearly our answer for this question is option 1. Of course, while you are solving this in the exam, once you spot the logic, you will not really check for the remaining options. I hope you have enjoyed these 5 questions, and in case you have not subscribed to the channel, you can do it right away. I'll see you guys in the next one.